Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, August 26th, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 644 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Mysuru gang rape, India student being treated in hospital. Mayor of Arizona border town blasts Republican governors who blame COVID spike on asylum seekers. Warnings about the Sturgis rally have come tragically true. UK Armed Forces Minister warns of imminent attack at Kabul airport as early as Thursday morning. COVID-19, is India entering endemic stage of coronavirus? Coronavirus origins, U.S. intelligence report inconclusive. Authorities are conducting a manhunt for a police colonel nicknamed Joe Ferrari who they say was caught on tape torturing a drug dealer to death. Kabul airport terrorist attack threat prompts U.S. and allies to urge citizens to stay away. California wildfire dangers may be spreading south. California town had worst air quality in the world on Wednesday, report says. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. The Taliban's recapture of Afghanistan has sparked fears of an Al-Qaeda and ISIS revival, CNN. Apple reportedly increasing iPhone 13 prices to compensate for increased chip production cost, Mac rumors. Asian shares spooked by Delta spread as Jackson Hole looms by Reuters, investing.com. Italian-style deli meat feared to be source of salmonella in 17 states that has hospitalized 12, Daily Mail. Behind the scenes with the Niantic Task Force Pokemon Go Hub. Highlights, MLS All-Stars vs Liga MX All-Stars August 25, 2021, Major League Soccer. Newsom fights recall by sharpening contrast with elder in effort to energize female voters, CNN. Hannity, Biden's half-baked Afghanistan withdrawal plan will get Americans killed, Fox News. Houston Dr. Joseph Varon touts ivermectin as part of COVID treatment, against FDA warning, KTRK-TV. Death sentence upheld for Dylan Roof, who killed 9 in South Carolina church shooting, NBC News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Should we have waited longer between COVID-19 vaccine doses? Lipstick experts share their secrets to smudge-proof staying power. Let one of the internet's coolest bartenders help set up your home bar. Australian farmer honors late aunt with sheep-shaped heart display. Devastated, Jawa Ramrez loses 3 relatives and 2 close friends to COVID-19. Super death acceleration roller coaster shut down for literally breaking riders' bones. Republican lawmaker ripped for most absurd vaccine Holocaust comparison yet. Kayleigh McEnany is fully inhabiting an alternate reality, Seth Meyers says. RuPaul offers blunt advice for anti-maskers getting unruly on airplanes. Masks ordered for most Florida students, defying Governor DeSantis. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Louisville mother pregnant with conjoined twins. 4-day-old baby boy found, reunited with family. COVID spike strains ambulance service. Students get sick from heat due to no AC. Warrant issued for machete-wielding man. Families hit pool as school start time is pushed back due to heat. Family mistakenly told that father passed away. High-tech police training diffuses confrontations. 67 pounds of cocaine washes ashore on beach. School installs COVID-19 filtration system. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. COVID live updates, cases and deaths in Florida hit record highs. Britain's truck driver shortage causes supply chain crisis. Some evacuations are halted amid warnings of threat at Kabul airport. Excuse her dust, 54 years late, Dorothy Parker finally gets a tombstone. Breakthrough COVID cases, uncommon and often mild, but not always. As shootings increase, New York City returns to disputed tactic, gang takedowns. Casey Musgraves' expanding universe. Spies for hire, China's new breed of hackers blends espionage and entrepreneurship. The new chief chaplain at Harvard, an atheist. How the Supreme Court could slowly sabotage Roe v. Wade. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. U.S. military faces nervy Kabul exit under Taliban's watch, with terror threat looming. Steel brand, my fellow Afghanistan vets, know this about your service and sacrifices. U.S. Open to provide quiet rooms for struggling tennis players. Dodgers A.J. Pollock delivers again to help beat Padres in 16 innings. Kamala Harris says evacuating Americans, Afghan allies is Biden-Eggman's highest priority. U.S. Embassy directive reflects Kabul airport chaos, uncertainty, leave immediately. Kabul airport may see imminent attack, perhaps in hours, British official warns. MLS edges Liga MX on penalty kicks at MLS All-Star Game. McMahon goes deep in 10th, Rock split long twin bill with Cubs. Alfaro lifts Marlins over Nats 4-3 and 10-end 8-game slide. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, August 26th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Where do COVID vaccine mandates stand? Fourth stimulus check, will there be another relief payment? Former baby depicted on iconic Nirvana album cover, Spencer Eldon, sues band for child porn. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Calls for PCR travel tests to be scrapped for the fully vaccinated. Doctor says perimenopause was like having demon in her head. COVID-19 UK, number of Britons falling ill with virus every day rises by a fifth in a week to 52,000. Severe threat of an imminent terror attack at Kabul airport, British Armed Forces Minister warns. British tourist stabbed during knife fight with Spanish waiter after he complained about the food. British citizen who fled Afghanistan in 1998 is planning to return to Kabul to protect his family. Claudia Lawrence's mother urges police to investigate killer cabbie Christopher Halliwell again. Simon Dobbins' wife slams utter thugs who stamped on her husband's head, leaving him brain damaged. Changing room viewers slam room designed by Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. NHS draws up plans to start vaccinating children as young as 12 in 2 weeks. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. London police make arrest over alleged shop food tampering. West warns of possible attack at Kabul airport amid airlift. Live updates, very high threat of terrorist attack as U.S. allies start withdrawal from Kabul. They were the world's only all-female army, their descendants are fighting to recapture their humanity. Sports cars, drugs, death, Thai police colonel investigated. German police investigating leopard attack on photo model. Australian mourns beloved aunt with heart-shaped love airways. How Myanmar's military terrorized its people with weapons of war. In quest for legitimacy and to keep money flowing, Taliban pushes for political deal with rivals. Lawmakers to Biden advisors, don't leave Afghanistan by August 31st if evacuation mission isn't complete. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus Live News. Russia reports 820 deaths in a day. Sydney hospitals struggle to cope. Tokyo Paralympics Day 2, GB Gold Rush, wheelchair rugby and more, live. Haiti's earthquake has compounded years of corruption and political crisis. Jonathan M. Katz. Suckers, trash fish and the fight over food traditions in Oregon's Klamath Basin. Portland gunfight fuels alarm over growing use of weapons at Portland rallies. Afghanistan Hive News, warnings of imminent terror attack as evacuations enter final phase. They just forgot about us, a U.S. motel of climate refugees with nowhere to go, photo essay. Hong Kong police investigate organizers of Tiananmen Square vigil. The big scary S word, why are people so terrified of socialism? Is this justice? Why Sudan is facing a multi-billion-dollar bill for 9/11. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. The Taliban inherited a vast American-made arsenal after retaking Afghanistan. Alaska mayor promotes debunked treatment for COVID-19. Experts on WHO team say search for COVID origins has stalled. Biden briefed on U.S. intel assessment of COVID-19's origins. Judge sanctions Sidney Powell, other lawyers who filed suit challenging 2020 election. Shooter's death sentence upheld in racist slayings at Black church. Father strips down to swimsuit at school board meeting over mask mandates. Blinken says no deadline to get out Americans, Afghans even as evacuations ending. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Japan suspends 1.6 million Moderna doses over contamination fears. Australian farmer draws heart with sheep in tribute to ant. South Korea becomes first major Asian economy to raise interest rates. Trial suggests malaria sickness could be cut by 70%. Afghanistan, the undefeated Panjshir Valley, an hour from Kabul. The hard men removing squatters in Spain. The real victims of mass crypto hacks that keep happening. Why rent control isn't working in Sweden. Kenya's Deputy President Ruto campaigns for Hustler Nation. Afghanistan, the pain of watching my country burn from afar. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. 1 in 4 college athletes say they experienced sexual abuse from an authority figure, survey finds. New Mexico establishes waiting list for intensive care unit beds, New York adds 12K nursing home deaths, live COVID-19 updates. U.S. Coast Guard cruise delivering hope to Haiti. Afghan War Gold Star parents help combat vets. Billions in pandemic school aid have few strings. Smoke fills the sky over Lake Tahoe as crews fight to keep colder fire from closing in. Afghan Americans angry, anxious over U.S. withdrawal. Pfizer, J&J reports strong antibody response from booster shots, heart swelling more likely from COVID than vaccine, latest COVID-19 updates. We all miss them, California refugee students and family members stuck in Afghanistan, school officials say. Today in history for August 26th. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. 2 shot at Redondo Beach Pier, suspect dead. A Democrat takes the stage to clash with Republicans in California recall debate. Larry Elder's ex-fiancée reports alleged 2015 gun incident to Los Angeles Police Department. California Assembly members not vaccinated against COVID-19 should be suspended, lawmaker says. He doesn't have the knife. Body-worn video puts Los Angeles Police Department shooting in new context. How you can help organizations in California working to resettle Afghan refugees. Hospitalizations for COVID-19 continue to rise in California. LA Unified reports first coronavirus outbreak while other schools report multiple infections. South fire burns 500 acres, destroys structures in San Bernardino County. How parents can keep their kids safe from COVID as they return to school. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, August 26, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. A bomb was planted at the house of a former Australian Special Operations Intelligence officer who blew the whistle on a massacre of farmers in Afghanistan. Chinese authorities indict 11 people for contributing to the Epoch Times. Trudeau promises to hike taxes on Canada's big banks, insurance companies to pay for housing programs. Genetic fossil, intact DNA from woman who lived 7,200 years ago discovered in Indonesia. Eric Prince charging $6,500 for seat on private flight out of Kabul. Unprecedented, Madagascar on verge of world's first climate-fueled famine. Central banks helping funnel trillions of dollars into fossil fuels despite climate pledges, research finds. Mexico welcomes 5 female refugees from Afghanistan. The women, members of a robotics engineering team, expressed their gratitude to the Mexican government. Almost $50,000 in fines handed out to churchgoers who broke COVID rules by attending the Christ Embassy service in Blacktown. Taliban tell Afghan women to stay home because soldiers are not trained to respect them. 391 Afghan evacuees who worked for Korea's embassy and its humanitarian relief facilities to be airlifted to South Korea. The evacuees and their family members will receive long-term visas not as refugees but as persons of special merit. Thousands of indigenous protesters gathered in the Brazilian capital, bearing bows and arrows and traditional headdresses, as the Supreme Court prepared to take up a case Wednesday that could eliminate reservations on their ancestral lands. Canada's Justin Trudeau pledges 2-year ban on foreign home buyers. 2 members of Congress fly to Kabul amid evacuation, stunning military officials. India woman who accused MP of rape dies in self-immolation. The next headlines are from Forbes. White House bashes Eric Prince's $6,500 evacuation flights, efforts to profit off people's agony and pain. BTS's butter matches Psy's Gangnam Style when it comes to radio dominance in America. Ralph Lauren is now selling digital apparel for avatars inside of Ipedo. Reddit moderators demand the platform take action against COVID disinformation. 3 aircraft carriers, dozens of stealth fighters, a powerful allied battle group has gathered near China. The Green Bay Packers place Devin Funchess on injured reserve. Toyota to make fuel cell modules for hydrogen big rigs at Kentucky plant. Biden will promote COVID boosters at 6 months, not 8, report says. New York Jets defensive end Vinny Curry to miss season due to complications from blood disorder. First sustainable soundstage complex is coming to Savannah, Georgia. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Gene therapies close in on a cure for sickle cell disease. Babbling bats, auto-corrected genes and COVID antibodies. Quantitative lineage analysis identifies a hepatopancreatobiliary progenitor niche. Genome of a Middle Holocene hunter-gatherer from Wallacea. Collect more data from Africa to improve gene therapy. Why the Middle East is a sickle cell hotspot. A plundered pterosaur reveals the extinct flyer's extreme headgear. African tropical montane forests store more carbon than was thought. Scattered light yields full picture of tiny motions. Audio long read, why sports concussions are worse for women. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,727,326,121 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Love, Loss and Music, How Manchester Orchestra's Songs of Solace Helped a Grieving Son Heal, guest column. Afghan Dreamers film, on female robotics team, underway as producer describes white-knuckle panic around evacuation exclusive. Ron Jeremy indicted on 34 counts of sexual assault. Mike Richards' Jeopardy flameout ranks high on host ouster list. Rob Vice to helm first crypto-based TV show, hold on for dear life. Tinder CEO Jim Lanzone on reaching Gen Z users with Swipe Night. Michael Nader, Dynasty and All My Children actor, dies at 76. Department of Justice ICAT will host 2021 MTV Video Music Awards. Candyman 2/box office competition. ESPN moves Rachel Nichols off NBA coverage, cancels The Jump. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Less than week to the deadline, as many as 1,500 Americans are still in Afghanistan. Judges uphold the death sentence for Dylan Roof who killed 9 black churchgoers. What to know about the spying scandal linked to Israeli tech firm NSO. The U.S. paid billions to get enough COVID vaccines last fall. What went wrong? A wildfire is heading for Lake Tahoe, sending ash raining down on tourists. In Dopamine Nation, overabundance keeps us craving more. January 6 Select Committee probe expands to Trump and top officials in the wave of demands. Trooper hits black motorist 18 times with a flashlight, calling it pain compliance. A mom is braiding kids' hair for free so parents have one less back-to-school stress. He hiked 2,100 miles in 209 days to complete the Appalachian Trail. He's only 5. The following headlines are from The Week. New large study provides clear evidence for Pfizer vaccine safety. The Paralympics only Afghan athlete will be competing on the refugee team. Texas Governor Greg Abbott bans COVID-19 vaccine mandates regardless of a shot's FDA approval status. Taliban spokesman claims they want to forget what happened in the past in New York Times interview. Spike Lee to re-edit 9/11 documentary featuring debunked conspiracy theories. U.S. Secretary of State estimates as many as 1,500 Americans still in Afghanistan. Lawsuit alleges ABC looked the other way after top GMAI producer was accused of sexual assault. Under the Taliban, Afghanistan's economy is on the brink. The House seat of one of the GOP's most prominent Trump critics is on the chopping block. 4 smart perspectives on Afghanistan. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The Supreme Court upholds a federal judge's order to reinstate Remain in Mexico. The next headlines are from Universe Today. China's rover completes its primary 90-day mission, but it still has more science to do. The best evidence for life on Mars might be found on its moons. An asteroid has been discovered that crosses Mercury's orbit. Dust storms on Mars continue to make the planet drier. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, August 26. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Series Icy crust excavated by impacts. Was Comet Atlas a blast from the past? Rare lunar halo, an odd radius halo, over India. Here are 2 ways to find the Andromeda Galaxy. The next news is from Politico. France, UK to finish Kabul evacuations days before August 31st US withdrawal. OnlyFans reverses decision to ban pornography. World Bank suspends aid to Taliban-ruled Afghanistan. Man sentenced to 6 years in prison in Michigan governor kidnap plot. Governor Greg Abbott bans COVID vaccine mandates in Texas, regardless of FDA approval status. Up to 1,500 Americans still waiting to be evacuated from Afghanistan, Blinken says. Florida poll, 53% disapprove of Biden's job performance. Opinion: anyone got any hella sitting around how a private network is using a messaging app to rescue Afghans? Hochul adds 12,000 deaths to COVID tally, departing from Cuomo methods. Pentagon scolds Meyer, Moulton for Kabul airport visit. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. ASX set to slip, Qantas reports $1.7 billion loss, a 2 milk profit down 80%. How a Perth Grand Final will work, and can Bruce and Dennis return? Atomic for nature lovers in lockdown and other books to read this week. A2 Milk rethinks its Chinese business as profits plummet. The shadow left by Elizabeth Holmes and the Theranos scandal. The aesthetic appeal of Waddles has never been only about the flowers. Bears surrendering again with markets rally defying all bad news. Porn legend Ron Jeremy indicted on more than 30 sex charges. Not bad for openers, England in control after skittling India for 78. Thriller Vigil will fill a line of duty-sized hole in your life. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. What's worth streaming? Here's what's new on Netflix in September 2021, and what's leaving. Biden tells CEOs to raise the bar on cybersecurity. The moneyest, is Grandma doing us wrong? She's executor of our mom's will, lives in her home, and has not given us a breakdown of the estate. Personal Finance Daily, colleges welcome students back amid Delta variant surge, and tech startup CEO charged with allegedly cooking books to pump up unicorn valuation. Advocates are pushing to hold college executives liable when their schools collapse or mislead students. Back to school with the threat of the Delta variant, some parents are again calling for remote learning. It almost feels like Groundhog Day, colleges welcome students back amid Delta variant surge. The moneyest, my partner and I are buying a house, he is contributing most of the down payment, what would be a fair split? Earnings results, Williams-Sonoma stock rallies 15% on record Q2 for retailer, 20% dividend increase. Newswatch, the S&P 500 will keep going up this fall, for these 9 reasons. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Apple tactics in smartwatch trade secrets fight Eric Massimo CEO, Bloomberg. Intellectual Property Bulletin, Summer 2021, Fenwick and West LLP. Wayback Machine helps prove exhibit was prior art, J.D. Supra. Last week in the Federal Circuit, August 16th to 20th, Controlling for Authentication, Intellectual Property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Puerto Rico ranks number 2 in U.S. patent trends, and tech transfer makes an impact, The Weekly Journal. Enidim Incorporated announces partnership with Nipino Group Business ValdostADailyTimes.com, Valdosta Daily Times. David R. Hall News, Sports, Jobs, Nashua Telegraph. The next headlines are from Quartz. Atheism. OnlyFans ditches its plan to ban porn. Cities that favored pedestrians over cars are reversing course. Even Zoom is sending its employees back to the office. The 4 ways companies respond to doubt. Silicon Valley's most successful incubator is doubling down on space tugs. Afghan funding blocked, Xi Jinping thought, bird dung crab spider. What's behind South Africa's shocking unemployment numbers? China will teach Xi Jinping thought to school children. Swift action on climate change can help India gain $11 trillion by 2070. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Report shows Department of Justice engaged in selective prosecution to maximize punishment for Black Lives Matter protesters. OnlyFans, oops, just kidding, keep posting sexually explicit material. North Dakota Supreme Court, an officer's camera is more trustworthy than his BS testimony. Daily Deal, the premium Python programming bundle. Devin Nunes loses again, but he's still suing the satirical cow who mocked him. Internet service providers give NetFlow data to third parties, who sell it without user awareness or consent. Sony takes down leaked unfinished Spider-Man trailer, release is finished 1 day later. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. MLS All-Star Game. Aiden Fuji. Teddy Bridgewater. Rachel Nichols. Nirvana Nevermind album cover. Arsenal. Matrix 4. OnlyFans. Rudy Giuliani. Aaliyah. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. First man sentenced in Michigan governor kidnapping plot, gets 6 years after guilty plea. Watch Russian military planes evacuate hundreds from Afghanistan. Western media complicit in hiding truth of Afghan war, allowing extraordinary lie to last 2 decades, WikiLeaks Haravanson. To Pavan to hold, ex-Russia star admits desperation for settlement for model wife, claims he gave her $135K to leave him alone. U.S. Secretary of State claims up to 1,500 Americans actively want to leave Afghanistan. I have no other choice. College star and highly rated NFL prospect requests transfer over mandatory university COVID vaccination. Blackwater founder finds new income stream in flying Americans out of Kabul at $6,500 per seat, reports. Black defendants' race-related woes should influence sentencing, court in Canada rules, sparking debate over two-tier justice system. Why are you in the women's toilets? Police investigate alleged voyeurism using hidden recording device at Football Association. Unvaccinated Delta Airlines employees to be charged $200 extra per month in health insurance to cover COVID costs. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. New rules from Treasury Department, free rent if you attest you need it. For the first time ever, China is seeking foreign buyers for its municipal bonds. Early COVID patient samples from Wuhan had genetically modified virus similar to Canadian labs, report. 24 California students on summer trip stranded in Afghanistan, school officials scramble to locate group. Inner conflict, Minnesota mosque bomber demands lower sentence due to gender dysphoria. America's $800 million Kabul embassy to be abandoned, no troops will guard it. Jim Grant, the Fed is playing with fire. Small caps soar on biggest short squeeze in 7 months, Bitcoin and bond yield spike. U.S. troops call it World War Z, shocking the new images capture post-apocalyptic scenes outside Kabul airport. Illinoisans paid almost as much on unemployment as at work. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Alexei Navalny gives first interview from prison camp. Turkish military begins Afghanistan evacuations. Brazil Supreme Court to rule soon on indigenous land rights. What should be done to stop illegal waste dumping? Meme we go again. Wall Street pros fuel latest meme stock rally. Palestinians in Gaza resume protests against Israeli blockade. After decade of BB, how will Bennett approach first U.S. visit? Niger, at least 16 soldiers killed in Boko Haram attack. Tourist sites threatened by raging U.S. wildfires. Iran's parliament approves President Raisi's conservative cabinet. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Nancy Pelosi scolds House members for inspecting disastrous Afghanistan extraction. David Spade warns wokeness is killing comedy, one wrong move and you're cancelled. The Taliban has no plan to stop coronavirus, and no one is asking it for one. Report, 4,100 Americans remain stranded, many not in or around Kabul. Exclusive, Rep. Tom Tiffany, Afghan refugee crisis raises security concerns about vetting process. NY Governor Kathy Hochul announces universal mask requirement in schools on first day in office. NY Governor Kathy Hochul acknowledges roughly 12,000 more coronavirus deaths than Cuomo admitted. Caruso, useless, but necessary, socialists cut 6 more zeros from Venezuela's currency. Polls, few Democrats see migration, amnesty is top problem. Desperate Afghans wade through sewage to reach Kabul airport. The next headlines are from UPI News. Zero emission, autonomous cargo ship to launch by year-end. Michigan man who always plays same numbers wins $18.40 M lottery jackpot. Overdue book returned to Canadian Library after 27 years. Watch, girl encounters small shark at North Myrtle Beach, SC. Girl finds lost wedding ring in sea at Woolacombe Beach, England. Watch, river otters caught raiding North Carolina aquarium crab pots. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Amazing photos show the movements of diving kingfisher after photographer waited 2 years for perfect fix. Afghan all-girls robotics team offered college scholarships, says Oklahoma mom who helped them escape Taliban. This road trip map helps you visit the 47 iconic national parks in the shortest time. Buy some wind power with your furniture, IKEA is now selling renewable energy. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, August 26th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. New Zealand COVID ministers oops, spread your legs, not COVID. Anti-parasite drug used on Arkansas jails inmates for COVID. Alligator handler watches viral video for the first time since encounter with Darth Gator. World's fastest accelerating coaster suspended because riders keep breaking their bones. The origins of Oakland's enormous 15-inch super burrito remain a mystery. Ontario police ask criminals not to flush drugs down toilet after Coke stash clogs pipe. With nothing able to eat them, cane toads are eating each other, it's creating an evolutionary pressure to grow fast. Nova Scotia top court dismisses grab her license plate appeal, Halifax. Belgian woman banned from zoo after 4-year affair with chimpanzee. Chinese male blogger banned from Douyin after netizens complain of feminine behavior. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Samsung says it can remotely brick any of its TVs. This AI-powered video survey tool might be the end of shitty products being launched. So you bought an NFT? Doesn't mean you also own it. Get over 1,000 training courses, a killer VPN, and full password protection for $49.99. This handy app makes sure parents always know what's happening on their kids' phones, and the kids have no idea. OnlyFans drops its planned porn ban, for now. Next-gen wheelchairs are modular and shape-shifting. Inside Boston Dynamics project to create humanoid robots. OnlyFans founder now blames banks for its porn ban, updated. NERL is taking the stage at TNW conference. Come meet our amazing speakers. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New study gives insight into how often COVID-19 spreads through households. Confiscated fossil turns out to be exceptional flying reptile from Brazil. Managers capture dissolved carbon dioxide, toxic ions from water. Exposure to tobacco smoke in early life is associated with accelerated biological aging, study finds. New research finds gender differences in fear and risk perception during COVID-19. Physicists make laser beams visible in vacuum. Pictograms are first written accounts of earthquakes in pre-Hispanic Mexico. Fossils illuminate dinosaur evolution in eastern North America. In hot weather, outdoor laborers work less when the economy is growing. Climate benefits versus burdens. Which products are best suited for emerging carbon capture technologies? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, August 26th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA awards Information Technology Support Services contract. Georgia, California students to hear from astronauts on space station. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Man lying in the middle of the road is killed by hit-and-run driver. Ryan Burge, American politics has not yet come to terms with a more secular America. Bagley cartoon, Mad Men. Mormon land, how Jeffrey Holland's talk on LGBTQ issues could have consequences for Bayou. Jaron Hall wins Bayou starting quarterback job. Will Utah lawmakers block mandatory vaccines? Cox says he won't require shots. Cox mulling executive order to circumvent state law banning mask ban at schools. Family of 2 women found dead in Moab mourns the loss of young couple. Almost 1,600 more Utahns test positive for COVID-19, the most since early February. Utah ranked worst state for women's equality, again. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Misaligned factory robot may have sparked Chevy Bolt battery fires. Little-known federal software can trigger revocation of citizenship. Jeremy Keith resigns from AMP Advisory Committee. It has become clear to me that AMP remains a Google product. Western Digital in advanced talks to merge with Japan's Kyokusha Holdings. Facebook considers building NFT features alongside digital wallet. How data brokers sell access to the backbone of the internet. Happy birthday, Linux, from a bedroom project to billions of devices in 30 years. Anti-cheat surfaces in video games are now a selling point. Turns out the hardest part of making a game is everything. FCC asks $5 million fine for activist election robocalls. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Big heat and humidity keeping kids, athletes inside. Goldschmidt hits 2 hours, Newtber records game-winning hit as Cards beat Tigers. Steelville mom, St. Charles 12-year-old among first winners in Missouri vaccine lottery. St. Louis not liable in officer's Russian roulette-style death. How hot is it? Read hilarious one-liners by St. Louisians. Border agents seize shipments of fraudulent documents with St. Louis, Granite City addresses. Missing Missouri teen last seen on Sunday. Missouri laws for to-go cocktails and expanded alcohol sales start Saturday. Manhunt continues for man wanted in machete attack. Karate Kid, the musical to premiere in St. Louis next year. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Fire at Old Town business causes estimated $900,000 in damage. U.S. troops ordered to get COVID-19 vaccines ASAP, Pentagon says. Celebration of life honors late Pearl Harbor survivor. 11 arrested after Ponga lands at North Island. Coroner says inmate was strangled, cellmate faces murder charge. New roller coaster to open at SeaWorld San Diego in March 2022. Driver killed in crash into rock, guardrail on rural highway. Disneyland Magic Key sales set to begin with 4 options as Disney replaces annual passes. Border agents fire shots at fleeing boat, disabling engine. Man pictured on Nirvana Nevermind cover as a baby is suing, alleging child porn. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. The Fog of Words, Kabul 2021, Beijing 1949. Can betting on Chinese politicians predict their futures? The last meeting of Mao Zedong and Chiang Kai-shek. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, August 26, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Gas leak prompts evacuations in San Jose. Santa Rosa homeless shelter to reopen for intakes. Fremont police arrest 2 men in connection to 3 back-to-back robberies. 12-year-old dead after being struck by train in Oakley. What is toxic algae, and could it have been the cause of a California family's death? Is an earache a new COVID-19 symptom? ATV rider killed in Antioch traffic collision. Guy Fieri feeds firefighters battling California's large Dixie Fire. Bay Area air quality remains moderate. Poll shows why some unvaccinated adults are hesitant. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Football, AP preseason top 10. Lawsuit alleges Abbott wrongly fired black woman, promoted white men. Working overtime, rookie W.R. Palmer emerging for Chargers. Wisdom's 3-run blast out of Wrigley leads Cubs past Rockies. Pritzker signs bills on mental health response, insurance coverage. Loretta's restaurant moving from Mundelein to Grays Lake area. Second Amazon fresh grocery store likely coming to Naperville. Blinken estimates 1,500 Americans may still await evacuation from Afghanistan. COVID-19 update, 28,624 more shots, 4,451 new cases, 40 more deaths. Plans for Chipotle, Starbucks in Batavia get preliminary approval. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Clipper ferry service between Seattle and Victoria, BC to resume in September. It's absolute madness, residents in Point Roberts, Washington beg federal leaders for help. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for tropical cyclone FOURTEEN, E21, population affected by category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Burkina Faso, Benin, Central African Republic, Cameroon, Ghana, Niger, Nigeria. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, August 26th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. What intelligence was there on Afghanistan? The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Authorities investigating after child hit by vehicle near middle school in spring. Gunshot victim finds wife shot to death in bedroom, Pasadena police say. Marvel creates exclusive Avengers comic as vaccine incentive for teens. Porn star Ron Jeremy indicted on more than 30 sexual assault charges, L.A. County prosecutors say. Charleston church shooter Dylan Roof's death sentence upheld. Alex Bregman back in Houston Astros lineup after quadriceps injury sidelined him since June. Governor Greg Abbott bans mandates on COVID vaccines regardless of whether they have full FDA approval. Ash Building makes ethical and sustainable shopping simple. Houston boxing star Jermall Charlo allegedly stole money from San Antonio waitress. COVID-19 cases in children reach levels not seen since winter surge. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Serena, Venus Williams out of U.S. Open, first time since 2003. Molina agrees to $10 MI contract with Cards for final season. Titans virus outbreak at 5 with Landry now on reserve list. Wolves in Idaho, Montana could get federal oversight. Recall debate set to include Democrat Pat Rath for first time. ESPN taking Rachel Nichols off its NBA programming. Witness, R. Kelly made victims write fake blackmail letters. No masks, vax-proof to see matches at full capacity U.S. Open. Biden taps Milwaukee Mayor Barrett as Luxembourg ambassador. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, the Ted Lasso discourse will lead us all. In wake of Cuomo's exit, New York State increases official COVID-19 death tally by 12,000. Activists install Marsha P. Johnson Monument in Christopher Park. Hochul taps Senator Brian Benjamin to serve as lieutenant governor. The cows are back in town, fiberglass cows are grazing in all 5 boroughs. Early edition, Williamsburg moms won't let Channing Tatum out of their sight. Can Hochul turn around NY Health Department without firing its commissioner? We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Haunting photos of Bangladesh's COVID pandemic. Cuba, a small island state seeking to manage its vulnerability. Solutions must be found for millions displaced from Sudan and South Sudan. Resilience in a riskier world. The tragedy of Afghanistan, is there a way forward? The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Pfizer CEO predicts vaccine-resistant COVID-19 variant likely to emerge. Podcast, The Franklin Scandal with Nick Bryant. Pentagon orders military service members to immediately get COVID vaccine. Even mainstream media is now asking big questions about COVID vaccines. Eric Prince is charging $6,500 a person to evacuate Afghanistan on his chartered planes. Journalist Glenn Greenwald, merger between the Democratic Party and the CIA results in endless war cheerleading from liberal media. Ohio State requiring all students, faculty and staff to get COVID-19 vaccine. 2 things mainstream media didn't tell you about FDA's approval of Pfizer vaccine. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. CDC advises older consumers to heat deli meats amid salmonella outbreaks. AOC challenger Tina Forte promoted and attended January 6 Capitol riot. Yes, Kanye West petitioned to legally change his name. Fossil found in Brazilian police raid is rare flying dinosaur. Nirvana sued by man who was baby on Nevermind album cover. Yes, OnlyFans reversed its ban on sexually explicit content. Did Kurt Cobain say of Nevermind album cover, "If you're offended by this you must be a closet pedophile"? New NY governor adds 12,000 deaths to publicized COVID tally. Pentagon, U.S. troops must get their COVID-19 vaccines ASAP. Cleanup begins of Haiti town's earthquake crumbled homes. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Ex-Trump spy chief cozies up to Serbia's pro-Moscow strongman. Chicago college student shares guilt as his family hides from the Taliban. South Dakota AG to cop 2 traffic misdemeanors after killing a man. Now's a great time for home improvement. Here's how to save. Like Tuskegee, Deep South jail treats COVID with dangerous, unproven drug ivermectin. Capitol Police Lieutenant who killed January 6 rioter Ashley Babbitt is breaking his silence. Billionaire Ron Perlman stiffs Princeton and loses right to name dorm. New NY Gov quietly admits Cuomo admin fudged the numbers on COVID. Tucker Carlson takes pot shot at Hannity's guest while handing off airwave to him. Inside the massive MSNBC deal paying MAG out to work less. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Second hiker dies within 3 days from scorching heat in Death Valley. Sha'Carri Richardson appears to shade Allison Felix on Instagram. The Times Square Ferris wheel is a lousy ripoff. Salmonella outbreak linked to Italian meats found in 17 states. Kendall Jenner and boyfriend Devin Booker lounge on yacht in Capri. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. TESS, a behind-the-scenes look at NASA's latest planet hunter. Tiger stripes on Enceladus could be even more unique than previously thought. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Johnson & Johnson releases COVID-19 vaccine booster study as U.S. struggles with pandemic surge. Growing number of companies require a COVID vaccine for new hires. Calder fire prompts hundreds of animal rescues in California. Fauci says U.S. could get control of pandemic by spring if vaccination pace picks up. Climate change made catastrophic flood more likely, study finds. FDA okay if Pfizer vaccine could bring more corporate mandates. Officials hope FDA's Pfizer COVID vaccine approval convinces holdouts. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. New York lawmakers eye ethics updates in Albany as Hochul vows action. Michael Nader, All My Children and Dynasty star, dies from cancer at age 76. CDC urges people to heat up cured meats due to salmonella outbreak. Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams wants NYC better prepared for cyber attacks. De Blasio, most New Yorkers hospitalized for COVID were not vaccinated. NY Governor Hochul amends counting of state's COVID death toll. Florida kitesurfer dies after strong winds slam him into building. 2 members of Congress fly to Afghanistan unannounced to gather information. COVID vaccine booster shots to be approved after 6 months, not 8 months, report. Governor Hochul to pick Harlem Senator Brian Benjamin as lieutenant governor. The following headlines are from military.com. U.S. woman under Taliban's watch won't leave Kabul without her staff and hundreds of rescue animals. Pentagon scolds lawmakers who made surprise visit to Afghanistan, saying it interfered with the mission. Suicide risk among veterans declined during the pandemic, but spiked for those with COVID, study finds. Troops in Qatar running on fumes as bases continue to take in Afghan evacuees. Israel defense chief, Iran launched drone strike on tanker. Harris urges Vietnam to join U.S. in opposing China bullying. Two U.S. lawmakers cobble trip prompts Biden administration fury. Case of 76 in veterans home who died of COVID lands in court. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Temperatures have been above normal for late August and we could stay in 90s for next few days. Illinois expansion of health coverage for older adults regardless of immigration status is expected to benefit thousands of essential workers at risk. Refugee children speak multiple languages, but struggle in school. Chicago volunteers help through tutoring. Welcoming these children robustly is so important. Man dies after being shot in exchange of gunfire with Amtrak police officer at Union Station. Corrections and clarifications. Former mother Macaulay water polo player alleges in lawsuit she was sexually abused by ex-coach. Northwestern Medicine will require workers to get COVID-19 vaccines. Indiana daily COVID-19 cases spike back to January levels. With start of school days away, CPS parents seek more COVID safety measures and a remote learning option. They want us to blindly hand our children over. New Lennox teen airlifted to Loyola after crash on Laraway Road. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Engineers are driving innovation to help eliminate plastic waste. One student's mission to protect the world's most precious resource. How a Japanese far-right hate group helped popularize anti-Korean sentiment. Experts offer tips for preparing kids to go back to school. The strength of new tools in microbiome studies lies in their combined and integrated use. Complex dynamics turn lake water green and brown. LED streetlights contribute to insect population declines, study. Underlying instincts, an appetite for survival. The boiling crisis and how to avoid it. Team captures data from unarmed Minutemen III test launch. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, August 26th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Things may be brewing at Hawaii's Kilauea. Scientists, still, need glass blowers. Your brain is not a computer, it is a transducer. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Spieth, Phelps, Under Armour founder in a pro-am together. Giants Posey out, Crawford in lineup day after injuries. Elk hunt, wolves are natural predators. Afghanistan withdrawal, chaos could have been avoided. Seattle parks unsafe, close all green spaces. No fans allowed for Nice's home league game against Bordeaux. Homelessness, city leaders should take action. Analysis, what we know and don't know about the Seahawks running back situation. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Man gets 6-year sentence for plot to kidnap Michigan governor. Stern Grove Festival forced to cancel season finale with Tower of Power. Man charged in cousin's fatal shooting in Oakland. Oakley, 12-year-old dies, teen critically injured in multi-vehicle train collision. Porn star Ron Jeremy indicted on 30-plus sex charges. Bay Area TV Sports, what to watch on Thursday, Friday. SF Giants activate Johnny Cueto, keep Sammy Long on active roster. Golf, charity events, local tournaments. Holes in one, ace is carded at Bay Area golf courses. Mies 13 Concord murder case update, plea deal blows up after accused shooter refused to leave cell. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Capitol Police working to fix communication gaps from January 6th. Porn actor Ron Jeremy indicted on over 30 sex assault counts. Moulton, Meyer slammed for visit to Kabul airport but Gopers sympathize with their frustration. Ty Garbin sentenced to 6 years in Gretchen Whitmer kidnap plot. OnlyFans suspends plans to ban sexually explicit content from popular subscription service. Biden seeks cyber solutions from tech and business execs at White House summit. FCC seeks record $5 million fine for conservative operatives over mail-in voting robocall. I understand the frustration, McCarthy shifts criticism to Biden for two lawmakers' trip to Kabul. About 1,500 Americans stuck in Afghanistan, State Department says. Biden wisecracks about Americans stranded in Afghanistan, you'll be the first person I call. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Already, cracks emerge in Rep. Josh Gottheimer's Unbreakable 9. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, August 26, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Ex-manager who sued Abbott Laboratories for discrimination loses court case. Pritzker signs laws designed to make better care for the mentally ill the norm. Mental health care is health care. St. Sabina's Hidden Garden welcomes residents with fresh, free produce. R. Kelly made victims write fake blackmail letters, witness. Illinois dove hunting opener, annual check on field conditions at public sites. Coach Deion Sanders hopes to raise profile of Jackson State, other HBCUs. Carlos Rodon set for return to White Sox rotation Thursday versus Blue Jays. Massachusetts resort island residents sue to block wind farm over danger to endangered whales. Patrick Wisdom's massive home run lifts Cubs in Game 1 win over the Rockies. CPS rolls back some COVID safety measures days before a first day of classes. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Airline staff to face random dope tests. Government vows 2 crore extra vaccine doses for staff. 54% of senior citizens in pension schemes happy. CBI cannot keep sword hanging over accused, SC. PMO clears 9 names for appointment as SC judges. India needs to jab 1 CR day to inoculate all by year-end. Government revises bank pension plan. Reopen Delhi schools from next month, says panel. Vijay Mallya files plea in UK High Court. Third test, Anderson and company demolish India, England 120/0. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, August 26, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Tropics heating up in the Gulf of Mexico. GOP House election bill advances thanks to returning Dems. Things to do, Memory builds the monument film screening. Tough decisions loom for Case Rio in trimming Texans roster. This week's best concerts. The next headlines are about world records making news. Dubai eyes another world record, photos, news and top stories, The Straits Times. Conor McGregor planning for Guinness World Record, America.com. Minnesota father and daughter set Guinness World Record, WJON News. Chris Ramsey and wife Rosie celebrate as podcast smashes world record, metro.co.uk. China's Guo Lingling yearns to clinch her first Paralympic gold in style in Tokyo, International Paralympic Committee. A hair-raising record attempt, The Washington Post. 13 years later, fan gets tricky Zelda record in Smash Brothers, Kotaku. Elaine Thompson-Herah looking for perfect conditions to challenge Florence Griffith Joyner's 100 world record, Eurosport.com. Florida teenager passes through Perkins County on mission to set running world record, Grand Tribune Sentinel. New speed world record for electric boats could happen at the shootout, Lake Expo. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. When the Flash returns, it's bringing some friends. Popular keyboard software can be used to exploit your PC. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga's new trailer makes it almost worth the wait. Space Force now says its most important mission is protecting GPS satellites. Hidden cameras reveal Arizona's daring plan to save its wildlife from drought. 100,000 hospitalized with COVID-19 as U.S. somehow faces new pandemic surge. Marvel's newest superhero game unleashes hell on Earth. The Supergirl finale will be a Super Friends family reunion. Wasps are building fluorescent nests, but why? Samsung Smart TVs can be remotely bricked if stolen. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was El-Ashraf International at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amundsen in Scott's South Pole Station at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. As office returns get postponed, workers say they'd take pay cut to work from home. Documentary about Amiga classic Lemmings due for game's 30th anniversary. Horizon Forbidden West delayed, leaves Sony with fall 2021 first-party gap. Massive mine truck and the Baja off-road racer both find use for fuel cells. Newt Hunt, LA fisherman accessed 4,700 iCloud accounts, 620K photos. Halo Infinite will launch on Wednesday, December 8, in incomplete fashion, updated. 30 years later, the baby on Nirvana's Nevermind cover is suing for damages. Upcoming game turns Quest VR headsets into real-life laser tag machines. Waymo expands to San Francisco with public self-driving test, update. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Judge opens two-door to disbarring Linwood and Sidney Powell in scathing opinion. Arkansas jail caught experimenting on prisoners with conspiracy theorists' favorite new COVID drug, report. Capitol Riot Commission's first document requests are stunning in scope, CNN panel. Hospitalized anti-vaxxer admits she got it wrong, and is now encouraging everyone to get vaccinated. Ron Jeremy indicted on 30 charges of rape and sexual assault of 21 victims. Newsmax host posts unhinged Cap's heavy rant about cop who shot Ashley Babbitt, how was she a deadly threat? My mother was a female, Larry Elder explodes at news anchor after she asks about his anti-women remarks. Father slapped at Florida pool after confronting woman who allegedly called another woman a dirty Jew. Watch, father strips down to his underwear at school board meeting to expose the foolishness of anti-maskers. Women for Trump permit request admitted some people would march to Capitol after Stop the Steal rally. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Jack Berkman and Jacob Wohl hit with proposed $5.1 million fine by FCC. A two-song salute to Wayne Shorter, jazz's foundational force, who turns 88 today. Denser cities could help curb carbon emissions, if the NIMBYs allow it. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Volcanic eruptions may have spurred first whiffs of oxygen in Earth's atmosphere, UW News. I taught myself to lucid dream, you can too, MIT Technology Review. Grant Young, UFOs are back, sort of, KQED. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Low-temperature emergent neuromorphic networks with correlated oxide devices, pnas.org. Microglial dishomeostasis drives paraneuronal net and synaptic loss in a CSF1R plus mouse model of ALSP, which can be rescued via CSF1R inhibitors, science advances. Study unveils the role of the basal ganglia in the control of learned motor skills, Medical Express. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, August 26, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Same old song and dance potential explanations for UAPs UFOs. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, August 26, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News8. All rights reserved.